Our next guest is in the studio. Her name is Judy Kato. She's a sales manager at an organization called East Africans Study in Germany. Now, we'll talk about how we can punctuate that to have very many meanings.
Yes.
East Africans study in Germany. East Africans study in Germany.
East Africans study in Germany. Study and work in Germany.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, how are you?
Very well.
Yes.
Welcome to the hot seat of the situation room.
Thank you so much.
Karibu sana. We're going to have very many conversations. City will welcome you with the day's proverb.
I will.
This week, the proverbs are from the island Republic of Seychelles.
Yes.
Where she sells seashores.
Seychelles.
I am
by
not.
the seashore.
I am not going there.
In Seychelles, they sell
keep talking.
Seashores by the seashells.
Yeah, you guys keep talking.
in the Seychelles.
The country is called Seychelles.
The shells that she sells
In
are Seychelles.
Seychelles.
I'm so sure.
By the seashore.
All right. Are you happy with your red lorry, yellow lorry moment?
Yes. Shirika la Leri la Rwanda.
The proverb. A little tree. Sorry, let me start again. You know, today, Friday is the real day.
Two of you have an issue today.
If a little tree grows in the shadow of a large tree, it will die small.
If a little tree grows in the shadow of a large tree,
It will die small.
what's your interpretation of our proverb, Judy?
Well, okay. I'm not always very good in proverbs,
Nobody is.
but
The ones who are
I
good came
think-
up with the proverbs and died.
yeah. Okay. Let's say like if you always like shield yourself behind somebody who has made it, then you will never grow bigger and better.
See?
Spot on.
Wewe ni mhenga. That's a good one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank
If you
you.
shield yourself or working under somebody who has made it and never wanting to grow beyond that,
yeah.
You'll
Then
never-
you're done.
you'll
You'll
never
always
grow.
stay there. You'll never grow.
You'll mark time.
yeah. So then, Judy,
Yep.
East Africans study in Germany. Is it a clarion call? Are you telling us East Africans to go and study in Germany? What is this organization?
East African study in Germany. The East Africans to go and study in Germany. Actually, we came up with this because one of our directors, who is also a consultant, went to study in Germany. But she realized that the Africans who are there, most of them are from West Africa, Cameroonians, and was wondering, okay, where is this part of me that is from East Africa? And then she found out that 90 to 95% is really actually from West Africa. So I think, as you always said, you go, you see, you bring it back home. And that's what she did. To come back home and get the East Africans to go to Germany to study and experience what the others are experiencing, gain what the others are gaining. Yeah. So that's how we came up with the East Africans.
So why study in Germany?
There's so much to get in Germany. There's free education for universities, and exposure is there, and you're able to actually have a broader mind when you're there. You look into things in a different perspective, grow in different areas of things, especially the fact that Germany has a lot of tech, and bring it back home and build your home to a better place.
I'm still trying to process. You used the word free somewhere.
Yes, I did.
Please say again.
Free tuition in universities.
What does
Education
that
is
mean?
free
For who? For German national?
for international nationals too.
I think let's just pause. But this is where now you tell us a little bit about the organization and where these free things comes about. Because My lived experience that there's nothing for free. So when someone tells me free, I want to understand why it is being called free and how free it actually is. So tell us, East Africans go and study in Germany. That one we've understood. How do you get there in the first place?
That's why I'm there.
Okay. Now tell us, since you know the direction.
Yes. So we assist in applications of the universities, the government universities. They don't have tuition. What they have, it's called administration and transport costs that covers you for a whole semester. You'll find that per semester you can be asked as low as 300 euros that covers your transportation within the area that you're living and the cities that are surrounding you. So when you're in the when you go to the university, they give you a transport card out of the administration costs that you had paid. And that's how free it is.
Okay. How about we start with what is the education system in Germany? And then you'll come and tell us how they get to university and decide that tuition is going to be free. So who is footing the tuition bill?
The government.
Okay.
The German government caters
Has it always been the case?
That has always been the case.
Right.
Yeah. The education generally is free from down to up. Yeah, inclusive of the university. Yeah.
So when you apply to go and study in Germany, you said you only now, the money that you'll pay is not for tuition.
Yeah.
It's for these other living expenses.
Exactly.
All right. So take us through that.
Yeah. The living expenses, there's something they called a proof of finance. The proof of finance is money that is going to take care of your stay there. And they take it as a block, but they give to you partially, monthly. It is your money. I always say you remove it from the pocket in your trouser, put it in your pocket on your shirt. Remove it from your parents' pocket or your parents' account. Put it in your account so that when you're there, you're able to have your basics. You're able to get your accommodation. Health insurance is very important for students. They have monthly pay for the insurance. They're able to buy their food from that amount of money. And their stay is actually going to be very comfortable because I believe if you know you have accommodation, you can eat, you can dress, then it is easy for you to study. And interesting, they allow the students to study and work. Yeah. So per week, they give them like 20 hours to work as a student. They are paid around between 12 euros to 13 euros per hour. So that by the end of the month, they have something in their pocket.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, now we've gotten that. So now let's come back now to your organization.
Yep.
East African Study in Germany. What is it? Who started it? I mean, no, not who. When was it started? What does it do? What do you do?
Yeah. Actually, it was started like 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago. We started in Uganda. Why did we start in Uganda? Because the system of education in Uganda favors them to go straight to the university. The system of education in Germany covers 13 years of study. So if you look at Uganda, they go until the level of Form 6. So Form 6 is 13. So from Form 6 straight, you can go to the university. So previously, they had opened only for bachelors and masters. And maybe on our side, they could go in for masters directly from bachelors. But you see, somebody who comes from Form 4 cannot go straight to the university, because our system runs for 12 years. So they need one academic year. So comes if you get a student who has A minus, A, and then you try and tell them, no, you can go straight to the university. They really wonder why. Yeah. But again, that is the system in Germany. So it has to be like that. So it was so easy for the Ugandans, even Tanzanians, to go and study in their universities.
Okay.
As coming to settle in Kenya, referrals and people could find out that, you've gone to Germany. How did you do that? I believe that these people just study in German. Do they do it also in English? And then they were like, wow, then if there are those opportunities, yes, Kenyans, you're also willing to go to Germany and study. And first and foremost, we used to get the ones who have already done their university for a year or two, and then that makes them qualify under the same course that they are studying in Kenya. So that is another way that we came to settle in Kenya because of referrals, and we realized they also need us, yes, as part of East Africa. Yeah, we have to do something for them.
Okay.
The sweet thing again that came up, that again is favoring us Kenyans, is that we came up with programs like nursing. We call it nursing Ausbildung. We have hospitality Ausbildung, and we generalize some as open Ausbildung that are not tied up in nursing and hospitality.
What is a Bildung then?
An Ausbildung, I'll range it, it's like a diploma. Yeah, it's an apprenticeship.
Okay.
Yeah, that a student is allowed to study and work at the same time. Yeah, so you see, it also helps, especially our students who are finishing Form 4s and is having a dream of becoming a nurse and is unable because of the subjects. Because for you to be able to go and do nursing, they check on your biology, they check on your chemistry, physics, and if you're good in sciences and then your overall grade, then you're able to go and study your nursing program. But you see them, they favor us in a way that a student who has C minus and above is allowed to go and do the program. So again, settling in Kenya and helping our students to go for those programs has really, really helped, especially parents who are tied up with them. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the process? People who listen to this and they say, okay, well, I want an idea of how I can actually get into going. How does this all work?
Oh, the process again depends with the program they want to go for. Maybe I start with the apprenticeship, the nursing and the hospitality and the others. They're open to the student who had a dream that was actually cut off with the KCSE results. Yeah, if I look at somebody, you have that passion inside you, but again, you see your grades have not given you that opportunity to go and meet maybe your dream career. So if you have a C minus, all what you're going to need from you, an extra thing, is the German language. Why the German language? Because remember, you're going to be working with the natives. Most of them, they do a lot of German. They assume that if you're in the country, you know the German language.
Yeah.
And in a hospital, medical area, you'll meet any age, yeah? And then that person will expect you to help them. So German language is first priority. So if you have your C minus, yes, you can go and study you can go and study nursing. Just have your German language we have 4 levels. To the 4th levels, that's A1, A2, B1, and B2. Then you're able to go and study nursing. The sweet thing about that program is that when you go to Germany, again, it is 100% free. It is fully funded.
The tuition.
And to add on top of that, a student who's going to be studying and working, because that is their culture, is paid a stipend every month of an approximate of 1,200 euros for their upkeep. so they're able to get something to take care of themselves. I always say it's the food of soul. Yeah, if you have something in your pocket, your soul is relaxed. Yeah.
You're calling this the Ausbildung?
Yes.
What is it? What is that? What is Ausbildung? Is it a certificate? Is it a
Diploma.
It's a diploma.
So it's a diploma.
It's a diploma.
But then you've talked about the levels 1, 2, 3.
Those are the German language levels.
Okay.
Yeah.
So somebody has gotten a C-, but then they also must have studied biology, chemistry, physics. Must they study all 3, or is it one of the 3 or 2 of the 3?
Maybe what I'll tell you, they don't look at your subjects. They look at the general grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whatever you studied, of course, in Kenya you must have one science at least. So whatever you studied, as long as then you got the C- and above, and you'd like to get to study nursing as a degree, you can start as a diploma.
You can start.
You can start with this. So then they come to you and they show you the results slip, and you help them apply.
Exactly.
How long is the Ausbildung?
3 years. 3. Maybe I'll take you back. They do the German language for 8 months.
Where?
Online.
Okay.
Before they leave.
Before they leave. Yeah,
Okay.
because it's a requirement.
Okay.
So after they do the German language, we help them go through the process, and when they go there for the nursing course, it runs for 3 years. In the 3 years, a parent will actually, before even your child leaves here, a parent will be able to know the days that the child is in school, the days that the child is going to be working as a student in the hospital, the days that you're going to be resting. Runs for 3 years. After 3 years, you're guaranteed a job. Why guaranteed a job? Remember, you were working in a hospital as a student. So they know you, you know them. You know the system, they know how you work. So the first thing they do, they offer you a job. So when you're studying your nursing, you're studying and knowing that at the end of my study, there's a job that is guaranteed.
And did you say that while you're studying, you're also allowed to work?
Yes.
Who gets you the job at this hospital, at this health facility?
That has health. What happens is that, let's take an example like Nairobi Hospital. They have a school, they have a hospital.
Yes.
That is what is also there. A school has its own hospital, or a hospital has a school, or a school has partnered with a hospital that they're working together.
Public and private?
Private and private. Yeah. And it is the norms of students to study and work. It's like a culture in their country. They train you when you're that young, so that when you reach the point of the level of you working, already you're settled in the field. Yeah, so there's nothing new to you. You're ready to continue with the process because you started way back. Yeah.
So your organization has partnerships with several of those colleges in Germany.
That's correct.
Is it all of them, or is it just a list?
We have a list. We have partners we work with, and our team in Germany works together with them to assist our students.
Okay.
Yeah.
So apart from the diploma, do you also have partnerships with universities that offer degree courses?
No. We deal with the government universities. They have bodies, the universities bodies, where we submit your documents, and then from there they go through them and they do the eligibility check, and then they're able to advise, are you able to go and do the course that you want to do or not? I'll say masters, we have to have your transcripts, because there are some courses they're going to use your modules to be able to help you to achieve the course that you want to study. And at times they look at the modules, at times they look at the general modules that you have done. Yeah, to direct you to the right course. Yeah.
Judy Kato is the sales manager for an organization called East Africans Study in Germany. This is an institution that helps students from East Africa link up with institutions of learning, of higher learning in Germany, from diploma all the way to master's and PhD as well, right?
PhD, they have to be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from diploma to master's level.
Yeah.
We'll be talking more about this. What is the process of getting in touch with East African Study in Germany? What are the requirements for the various courses? What kind of universities are we talking about? It's a very, very juicy thing when you hear that tuition is free. So what does that mean in terms of overall cost for this course? How does it compare with other countries? Because people who are looking to study abroad are looking at why Germany and not this other country, or why Germany and not Kenya as well. First, you told us about now the diploma, C- and above. You can go to take up a diploma course. Is it only nursing or is it in other fields as well?
Yeah, it's we have hospitality field, the field of the hotels, the hotel industry, and actually the ones who are going even for the hospitality, the people who have the D's also have an opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
So even up to D-?
Even up to D-.
But E, no.
Hakuna bridging course.
No bridging course.
So even up to D-, you can apply for a diploma course in hospitality.
That's correct.
In Germany.
In Germany.
What is hospitality?
Hospitality is the hotel industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it one course called hospitality, or do you now choose
hospitality,
a course within hospitality?
Yeah, a course within hospitality, because again, hospitality is so wide.
Yep.
Yeah. So you end up doing, or you'll choose one course within the hospitality. Yeah.
And all these are 3 years?
All that has 3 years. Remember, they're all diplomas.
Yeah. Let's deal with the diplomas and then we'll go now to the undergrads and the masters, right?
Yep.
You say, but tuition is free. You're only paying now, these are the living expenses costs.
Yep.
Now, comparatively, how much are we talking about?
The living costs?
Yes.
A student can...
Like, how much does it cost to study this diploma per year?
Remember, I told you there's no tuition fee.
Yes.
So, when you study, they cover for your tuition. And again, they give you a monthly stipend. Because again, as a student...
They give you a stipend?
Yeah, exactly. Every month.
That's the one you're talking about, 10 to 13. How much?
1,200 euros.
Okay.
Those are the ones who are doing the Ausbildung,
yes,
yeah?
Yes.
Those are nurses. The ones who are doing their hospitality ranges between 800 and 1,000 euros every month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're still allowed to work?
Yeah.
And you work?
You're working.
And you get paid extra?
Exactly.
Where you're working?
Diplomas, already your study is study and work.
Oh, it's part
already
of.
It's part of.
Okay.
Because the work part is your what do you call it? Is your practicals.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you do practicals, when you're going back to school, you have your notes on what you did on that day in that particular department, because they're going to be giving you different departments. Yeah.
So what do you pay for? Because you've gone there, tuition is free.
Yes.
You're getting a monthly stipend.
Uh-huh.
Do you need any money?
You need money when you're doing your German language.
When you're here in Kenya for the 8 months?
Yeah, for the 8 months, yeah.
Once you move to Germany, you've been admitted to this 3-year diploma course.
Yeah.
You will not be paying anything.
Money.
Accommodation will be provided.
Accommodation, that's why you're given.
That's where the stipend comes in. This covers for your accommodation, your transport, your food, your other living expenses.
That's correct.
And the tuition is free.
That's right.
And this is both in public and private. Or is it only in private institutions that you're dealing with? Yes.
The Ausbildung in private. The bachelor's in public.
Okay.
What do you when you graduate and you get your diploma? Is it a national diploma or is it a diploma that's only associated with the institution that you studied?
No, it's a national diploma.
Standardized exam.
That's correct.
And when you finish your studies, are you then allowed to remain in Germany to work?
Yes. That's why this person will give you, the first thing that person is going to give you once you graduate is an offer for a job. And once you have a job, then your employer helps you to get a permanent residence.
From what
so you can live and work.
From what I hear you say about these courses, it's somebody's actually in an apprenticeship relationship, isn't it?
That's correct.
I want to go back to the D, because this D is very important. We have very many of them in this country.
That's correct.
Okay?
Yep.
Why do they even accept the D? If someone gets a D and someone gets a B, can they apply for the same course?
Yeah. If you let me go back there. I always say people have passions, different passions. That your grades cannot change your passion. If I always love something to do with the hotel, even just to be a chef, even if I get an A, there's that chef that is inside me that I want to get it out and to do it practical. Yeah. I've always wanted to be a chef. I have a D+. Does that mean that since I'm going to be doing the chef with an A person is going to frighten me? Or will that A person think that, oh gosh, this one is having a D+ and I'm here with this person? It's what you've always wanted to be.
Because you got a D, you'll burn the stick.
That's why I'm asking, because even in the hotel or the hospitality industry, there are very many careers you can pursue.
Yes.
So where I was going was, if you have a D, are you limited to certain specific careers within the hospitality industry? And do those who have a higher grade then able to have a broader spectrum than the person who got the D?
No. That person who has a D and an A, they're going to be doing different fields when they're studying. At the end of the study, you decide on which field you want to settle in. Remember, this person is giving you training and overlooking at the grade that you got because they believe you can do something if it's a passion that you've always wanted.
Judy, what's the catch here? Because this is clearly the private sector in Germany seeking students from, let's say, in this particular case, Kenyan students, to come and work in their hospitals, to come and work in their places, and then at the end of 3 years, they give you a diploma.
Yeah.
What's the catch? Are these institutions actually licensed as training institutions? Is there proper training that's happening here that's regulated by the German education authorities?
Yeah.
To make sure that what we're talking about here is not at you come and work back door and we'll pay you 1,000 euros per month.
Yeah.
This is not a back door say of come. You will be working in this hospital for 18 hours a day.
And
we give you 800 euros a month. And then at the end of 3 years, we graduate you, we give you a piece of paper and we'll now give you 1,200.
No. Actually, when you live here, you live with a contract. That contract has to be taken to the German embassy. And when the contract comes in, it is not just coming from an individual. It's coming from an institution that is recognized in Germany. Yeah. So it has to be have been scrutinized on that side for it to be able to be sent on this side and for you to be able to use it to go to the German embassy. Remember, you cannot go to the German embassy with the things that are chini ya maji. Yeah. So that when you leave the country, you live and go live there legally, knowing that Judy is here and she is here because of ABCD. And that contract, actually, it's going to say that we are going to offer you education for this duration. At the same time, you will be, as a student, working for these hours in a day for this time, and these are the days for school. These are the days of staying working in the places.
Facility.
Exactly. And these are the days for you to rest. Remember, you cannot be in Germany with illegal documents. It's the hardest place to move around.
Do you have a copy with you here of maybe a program for a semester that shows the number of hours that one is actually in class, the number of hours that they are during their apprenticeship, the number of off days in a week or in a month? Do you have something that from previous a recent admission?
Okay, no. Why don't I have? Because for me to have it and use it, I have to get the consent from the person from the person who got it. Yeah. If the person says yes, you can. Yes, I can.
But do they vary?
Yeah.
This one institution, this one hospital that's training young nurses from Kenya, it has the same contract for all students, isn't it?
Yeah, that hospital will have the same contract for all that.
And you, when you're now dealing with the Kenyan students, you have access to that.
Yes, I do have access to that.
That's what I'm asking for. Something you can take us through and tell us. For example, institution A, this is how you learn, this is how you study. This is what you'll study, these are the subjects, this is the timetable per week, right?
Yeah, no, I don't have that timetable.
Okay.
Yeah, because when they come in, they strictly given to the students. Yeah.
Let me ask this question. Let us say, for instance, I studied at Utali, and I got my diploma in housekeeping. Okay.
Yep.
And I want to go and work in Germany. Will they recognize that qualification, or do I have to start from scratch?
They will recognize that the course that you have done. They recognize your diploma certificate, and I will take you for job placement. All you should do is just the German language.
All right. Now, what if I have studied and I am a clinical officer? Okay. Lab coat and all, plus stethoscope. I now want to go to Germany. Again, do I start from scratch or do I apply for job placement? Because now, see, we're talking about something that may be what we've studied here and how we go about our medical practice may be different in Germany.
Okay. When I talk about clinical officers, at times I feel, I'll say sad. Why? Because clinical officers are not recognized. You either be a nurse or a doctor.
They don't have this kind of...
They do not have in between.
All right.
So if a clinical officer comes in, I give them an option of a nurse. And when they go in there as a nurse, I'll tell you, I've worked in a hospital previously in 2 different hospitals as an administrator in one of them. And I've also worked in Nairobi Hospital, somewhere else there. So I know the difference between and what the clinical officer do and a nurse does.
Yeah.
You know, a nurse does a lot than even a clinical officer. So if you get in as a clinical officer, it is going to be unfortunate. You're going to go in as a nurse. You will start the studies there. And then in the course of your study, they will look at your transcripts on what you have covered and what you have not covered. So they recognize you as a nurse. They see, I call them CEOs, not really recognized there.
They
Either
don't
MO,
have that cadre.
they don't have it.
Not at all.
Not at all.
It cannot even be like some of those grades that you can say you are going into a medical course, but because you're basically a trained doctor without the surgery bit.
Exactly.
So that's what a clinical officer is in Kenya, right? They have everything minus the surgery.
Yeah.
Are you saying that they cannot recognize the everything?
You know, I'll tell you something. The CEOs, they feel more of a doctor.
Yep.
And again, you cannot tell somebody from the first world that a doctor can study for 3 years and run a clinic. Yeah. Theirs, they go for almost 6-7 years for you to be a doctor. And now you're coming in with a 3-year study. No.
Mtaalamu wa mitishamba.
Yes.
They refuse.
Yeah. So you either come in as a nurse or come in as a doctor.
Okay, so let's look at the language a little bit. You had mentioned, so there's a language fee that you pay as a student seeking to go there.
Yeah.
You pay that here in Kenya to study the language. So what level are you at after that 8 months, assuming that you've passed?
B2.
You're at the B2. What does that mean? Conversational language?
You can do
the business of the language.
You can write. Yeah, you can hear, write, talk. I have students even sing in German at the level of B2. Yeah. You can talk about yourself. You can understand what somebody is saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Because at the level of A2, a student is able to do a paragraph in German. Yeah.
Okay. And that takes 8 months. So when those 8 months are concluded, is now when you can now begin, or you can then go, or does the application process take place even during this 8 months when you're studying the language, or must you wait until you have passed the language course?
Oh, normally the process takes, when you're in the level of B1, we've already actually be able to see that this person is really doing well, and the process they start in between. We start they do an interview, because they have to do an interview with a German native, so that they're able to know up to where the student has studied. Are they able to understand? Are they able to respond back? Because when they go there, remember, their study is going to be fully in Germany, in German language. And again, they will be able to start the basics of conversation even when they go to the hospital. Can say good morning, guten Morgen, how's your day? My name is so and so. Did you take your medicine? You can do the basic things. Yeah, when you start going there. So that's what happens.
Okay. Is there a shortage of people at this age to work in Germany? And could that be why we see that there is this open call for more and more people from this end of this side of the pond to come to that side?
Yeah, thank you. There's a very big shortage. The age gap between the old and the young ones is too big. They miss the teenage. I believe you know that in Europe, people don't just give birth. One child is way enough or too much. I'd rather stay alone. I'm okay. Yeah. So there's that age. Yeah. They don't have that age. At the moment, a lot of people are retiring. I'll give you an example. This came up after COVID. They realized there's a age that had a problem during COVID, and they were medics. So they are retiring. And when they realize people are retiring, there's no that young age is not there to take over. So kaboom, it's open to us.
I have to ask, so are we saying we don't have young people in Europe? Okay, that's Germany.
That's Germany.
But why don't they look for the young people in Europe? Why?
I think there's a big issue across Europe, right?
There's a big issue
across
Europe.
The global north.
Exactly.
In terms of demographic. Similar conversations we're having about Japan, the same.
Right. Yeah. If you're looking at the age group between 25 and 50, there's a dwindling population in that age range. So you have a lot of the population under 18, and then a lot of it over 50, 60.
That's why they come to fish in this pond, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. The degree courses. Now, those ones we are talking about public universities, aren't we?
That's right.
Okay. So, is it the same? If what kind of programs do you deal with mostly? Are you seeing people applying to go to Germany?
When it comes to program that people are applying for, I'll tell you, number one, before I even go to the programs that people are applying for, I think our educational system is supposed to introduce something called career guidance to our students. Yeah, because you can get somebody who has finished the O levels, let me see, O levels, and they do not know what they want to be or what to do. And then I came to realize most of our students, let's say you have an A minus, B plus, all of them want to be doctors and pilots, not knowing that there's more to everything. Especially the ones who want to be doctors, I always tell them, have you ever thought of these doctors who are behind the scenes? The people who come up with vaccines, the people who come up with the antibiotics, who are these people? They're doctors, but they're behind the scene. Have you ever thought of that? Yeah. So there's a lot that our students do not know, especially when they come to decide on their careers. Yeah. But when it comes to courses, all courses are there, apart from the medicine courses that are fully taught in German. The rest are taught in English.
Okay.
Yeah. The difference is that you will find that a student is telling you, I want to do IT. They forget IT is just a module. There's more to that. I'll give you an example. I had an incident of a student who wanted to go, study there, and was doing IT in one of the universities here. So when we got an admission letter, she was given industrial engineering and mechanical engineering admission letters. So she was like, oh my goodness, I didn't ask for these courses. I wanted to do IT. And then we could tell her, read the contents. They had to come to our offices at Modaiga Square with the mother, and we had to go through the contents step by step with one of my colleagues in Germany. And then it was so nice because as they went through the contents, the kid could say, oh no, I've studied this. Yes, this one is so familiar. Oh, now I know what I want.
And it was industrial?
And it was industrial. So as we speak now, she's so happy doing her industrial course. I had one who really, and it's bachelor's, I want data science and nothing else. So when an admission came for engineering science, and then they were saying, oh my goodness.
There was the word engineering.
Engineering. But again, we always send them back. Why do they do that? They give you a wider chance of, by the time you're finishing your course, you do not just have IT and that's it. You can go to different areas.
Their course selections have a huge practical component to them.
Yeah.
So it's not just you going to study theory, but the applicability of what you're studying seems to be the center of it.
Yeah. So that's what happens. So in order for you to be able to go for bachelor's, after your Form 4, you need 1 academic year in a university, depending on how many semesters there are. There are some universities that have 3 semesters. That's the academic year. And some have 2 semesters. We will need transcripts for 2 semesters. And you can only apply for an equivalent course that you have done.
So for you to apply, you must be already admitted in a Kenyan university.
You have to.
And you've studied a year in a Kenyan university.
Yeah.
Then so you're transferring from a Kenyan university to a German university.
That's correct.
Not straight from Form 4. Because of the 12-year, 13-year story. Okay.
Yeah. At the moment, from last year, they opened it up for the people who are doing business courses. At the moment, if you are interested in anything in the business line, they allow you to go there. Just business line, they allow you to go there if you have C+ and above. But you do one like it's a foundation year in the university, and then when you do well, you proceed.
How can people get in touch with you at East African Study in Germany? They'd like more information. I'm seeing very many people asking that there are courses in agriculture, there are courses in medical field and on so on.
Thank you. Actually, you've really done so well to mention agriculture. At the moment, we have internships that are going on for agriculture. So anybody who has done anything in agriculture, to contact us. Yeah, we have internships that they're taking them. There's a problem in agriculture there. They need people.
What do you mean anything up to
If
Form
you've
4?
done no university, if you have graduated
With an agriculture related course.
Exactly. We have internships that are going on. So maybe you can contact us and we are going to be able to guide you the way forward on how to go about it.
And the internship here is progressing towards permanent job placement.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
How long is an internship?
They first give you 1 year. I always tell them, you have to work hard to prove to them that, yes, you're interested.
Worth it.
And then they add a 6 months on top of that. And then from there, they offer you a job.
You get the permanent residency as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
How do people then get in touch with you?
We are based at Muthaiga Square along Thika Road. You come to Block B, Suite 201. Our website is www.eastudygermany.com.
eastudygermany.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Email address info@eastudygermany.com. Our numbers are 0769 550 550
Okay.
or 0704 74 2094.
All right. We'll post them on our social media. We'll also post them on our YouTube link for people to see. Judy, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you too very
We've
much.
learned a thing or two or three. Judy Kato is a sales manager at the East African Study in Germany. She's been here to tell us how easy it is to study and work in Germany. Keep it here for more.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.